Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Before we jump into this week's market update, just a quick announcement here. Next Thursday at 6:30, I'm hosting an online webinar. Online, obviously. And honestly, this is way bigger than just talking about loans. I'm going to teach families how to actually win right now, how to negotiate better, how to avoid overpaying, how to structure your offers, how to compete without making emotional decisions. So, if you've been sitting back thinking the market feels overpriced right now, is that you? Is that you right now? You should really attend this webinar because what most buyers are hearing online right now really creates fear. And what we want to teach and what we're going to teach is strategy. How to navigate this market intelligently and confidently. Now, let's jump into this week's mortgage market update. We are floating into this week, which means the odds are in favor of rates improving. Now, honestly, I think this could also become a very, very interesting week. As most weeks are. Last week gave us mixed economic news across the board nationally. The headline jobs report numbers actually came in stronger than expected initially, but underneath those numbers, there were definitely signs of softness building. Full-time jobs declined while part-time jobs continued increasing across the country. This is important because many families are still feeling financial pressure right now. And at the same time, housing data came in surprisingly stronger than expected. There's always a surprise here. New home sales jumped significantly during February and March across the country. And that's important because despite higher rates, buyers are still buying. Families are still buying. Speaking of rates, let's jump into today's rates. VA is sitting at 5.625. FHA is at 5.5. Conventionals at 6.125. And jumbo is at 5.99. Now, these rates assume excellent credit and up to 1 point in cost. Also, when you look at conventional and jumbo, down payment, we're assuming 25% down. So if you're putting more or less down, the rates could be different for you. One conversation becoming much bigger right now is bridge financing opportunities. Did you know there are multiple ways of buying before you sell your home? Some families can actually make an all-cash offer using bridge financing strategies. This has become extremely powerful in today's competitive housing market, especially when sellers want certainty and fast closings from buyers today. If you currently own a property, this conversation could become very important to you. Now, let's talk about what is going to move interest rates this upcoming week. This week is really all about inflation. Today, we receive CPI inflation data. Wednesday, we receive PPI inflation data. Thursday, we get retail sales and weekly jobless claims reported nationally. These reports matter because inflation drives mortgage interest rates heavily. If inflation comes in lower than expected, rates could improve very quickly. However, if inflation is surprisingly higher, rates can move upward as quickly. Retail sales also matters because stronger consumer spending fuels additional inflation pressure, and jobless claims help investors measure underlying labor market strength nationally overall. Now, for my prediction, crystal ball prediction, what will rates do this week? Personally, I think interest rates are slightly going to improve slightly overall this week, but I think there's also going to be a lot of volatility and it's going to go up and down throughout the week. The bond market did improve technically late last week, which definitely helps my sentiment here, but the market changes incredibly fast from one economic report releasing to the next one. So my expectation is modest improvement potential combined with continued volatility overall. And remember something extremely important. If you're waiting for lower mortgage interest rates, there are many of you out there right now just waiting as well. And when the buyers start jumping back into the markets like we're starting to see already, competition increases quickly. That can push housing prices higher, even while interest rates improve somewhat nationally. For real estate agents watching this, our buyers are focused on national news, and we know real estate doesn't work that way. Every local market behaves differently depending on inventory and buyer demand. We need to educate our families on the local market, not what's just happening nationally, so they can make great decisions for themselves. If you are considering buying, selling, refinancing, or investing, let's connect soon. Attend my webinar. Would love to help you in any way I can. With that, that's it. Paulo Brandt's Clear to Close Brokers, and that is your Monday market